isn't a popular site. I don't know why. Good morning. How's everyone's summer been? Good. What have you been doing in the summer? A couple highlights. I know what a couple of you do, because I see it every day. Brianna, what do you like about the summer? Sunshine? House cleaning? Playing? Yeah, do you sleep in the mornings usually? Get some nice sleep? Anybody else have any favorite summer memories you've had? Go to a concert? Fun. Playing outside, yeah, that's my favorite part of summer. Playing outside. Yeah. So today is August 25th. It's getting close to the end of the month. What month is next? September. What happens in September for some of us? Back to school. Yeah. We excited about that? Yeah. Is everybody excited about it? Yeah. Is everything, are we worried about anything? Not at all. Perfect. Well, sometimes we do worry about that sort of thing. And one of the scriptures from the Bible this morning that is going to be in the sermon a little bit later that the adults are going to hear is from Jeremiah. Jeremiah was a prophet of God in the Old Testament. And to be a prophet was to be someone who God used to speak for God in the world. There are still people like that today. It's musical, always lovely. And one of the things that Jeremiah says to God, it's funny, isn't it? One of the things that Jeremiah says to God is, God, how can I be your prophet? How can I speak your words? I'm only a boy. And we might think that same thing about school. How can we go to school? How can we go to a new school? I don't feel ready. I'm not ready for summer to end yet. But what God says to Jeremiah is, Jeremiah, don't worry. I will give you the words to speak for me. I will be there with you. I will protect you. And God does the same for us in all the things that we do in life. We can trust that as disciples of Jesus, God's with us. So when we're going to school, we can think of it as being a thing that God is sending us to do. God is sending us to school so that we can learn, so that we can be helpers in the classroom, help our teachers, help our other friends in the classroom. God is sending us to be witnesses on the school bus for Him and all that we do. And God wants to remind us that in all of these things that He sends us to do, even if we feel like we might not be ready, that we don't need to worry about it. Because God will be with us, and He'll help us through it. So we'll say a prayer, and then afterwards, you can head back from this door back to the children's room if you'd like to have some fun and to do a little bit more discussion about how God is sending us, maybe thinking about that back to school. Okay? So I'll start, and maybe you stay back with me. If you could either hold the hand or maybe put your hand on your shoulder or something, the person next to you, is that okay? We'll pray together. Right. Dear God, we thank you for always being with us and for sending us into new things, even when we are worried about them. Thank you for allowing us to already be excited about school and help us to be witnesses there. Amen. All right, perfect. So you can stand up and go around through these doors if you'd like to enjoy the rest of the morning here as we continue to worship. God's gift to us in worship, though, having all of that life and vibrancy. And everyone excited for school. All right, so let's now turn to God in prayer as we approach His Word. Dear Lord, on this bright, sunshiny, beautiful summer day, may your voice, the words of your text in Scripture, shine light into our lives, into our paths ahead, into our next days and weeks and months. Help us to really listen, because you do speak to us on Sundays and in all moments as you walk through life with us. Amen. Our first reading this morning is from Jeremiah chapter 1, verses 4 through 10. Now the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. And before you were born, I consecrated you. I appointed you a prophet to the nations. Then I said, Lord God, truly I do not know how to speak, for I am only a boy. But the Lord said to me, Do not say I am only a boy, for you shall go to all to whom I send you, and you shall speak whatever I command you. Do not be afraid of them, for I am with you to deliver you, says the Lord. Then the Lord put out his hand and touched my mouth. And the Lord said to me, Now I have put my words in your mouth. See, today I appoint you over nations and over kingdoms, to pluck up and pull down, to destroy and to overthrow, to build and to plant. And our New Testament reading is from the letter to the Hebrews, chapter 12, verses 18 through 29. You have not come to something that can be touched, a blazing fire, and darkness, and gloom, and a tempest, and the sound of a trumpet, and a voice whose words made the hearers beg that not another word be spoken to them, for they could not endure the order that was given. If even an animal touches the mountain, it shall be stoned to death. Indeed, so terrifying was the sight that Moses said, I tremble with fear. But you have come to Mount Zion, and to the city of the living God, the heavenly Jerusalem, and to innumerable angels in festal gathering, and to the assembly of the firstborn who are enrolled in heaven, and to God, the judge of all, and to the spirits of the righteous made perfect, and to Jesus, the mediator of a new covenant, and to the sprinkled blood that speaks a better word than the blood of Abel. See that you do not refuse the one who is speaking, for if they did not escape when they refused the one who warned them on earth, how much less will we escape if we reject the one who warns from heaven? At that time his voice shook the earth, but now he has promised, yet once more I will shake not only the earth, but also the heaven. This phrase, yet once more, indicates the removal of what is shaken, that is, created things, so that what cannot be shaken may remain. Therefore, since we are receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken, let us give thanks, by which we offer to God an acceptable worship with reverence and awe. For indeed, our God is a consuming fire. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
So we know it's back to school time Whether you're a young person facing that, or maybe a parent who has to ready them and work through those school supply shopping lists, or a teacher returning to school, or in some way support that rhythm. We hear the radio ads reminding us to go spend our money, postal mail marketing to get things in the mail, back to school sales for things that seem like they have absolutely nothing to do with school, but wanting us to go out and get into that spending season. We have the summer break that is, we don't like to talk about it, but it's sliding away a little bit. We know that it's going to come to an end. For some students, there didn't seem to be too much apprehension this morning, but they may be entering a new school, or school for the first time, or maybe a school a classroom that may not have familiar students. We have in our congregation and in our community students who have finished high school and are going to the next place in their lives, whether it's a work, military, or college somewhere, which can be from home or away from home. All new challenges, all new things to walk through. It reminds me of some of those experiences that I've had, and I imagine we all can remember those moments of back to school if we're not experiencing them in an intimate way today. In our scripture, there's lots of allusions to earlier scripture. There's mentioning Moses and the experience that he had in facing God in the burning bush, and the fear he had in encountering something new. There were some allusions to the Israelites who were tempted to abandon something as they were wandering through the wilderness, and the allusions to the history of God's people. And the letter to the Hebrews itself, written or provided a message to the earliest Christian church that was a challenge in their time to stay the path, to continue learning to be disciples of Christ. Whatever it is that's new or upcoming in life, we often have those challenges. We're encountering something new. We're tempted to step off of a path that we've committed to. It's natural for those inclinations to hit us. And we're challenged. We can be aware of being challenged to stay a path. In the letter to the Hebrews, which is not really, scholars have kind of come to agreement that it wasn't really a letter. Earlier on, it was considered to be one of Paul's letters, but scholars have come to agreement that it's really not. There's too much about it that's different from what Paul would write, and too many of his important things aren't in it. But what it is certainly is a sermon, perhaps delivered as a letter might have been delivered, a sermon to the people, to the early Christians, the people of that time. And we can still receive it today as such. And just like for those people, where it's an encouragement and a teaching and an application of a way of embracing the new and shedding the old, we can appreciate that today. What the author of this sermon that is Hebrews was trying to kind of prove, and it's why some of the language is a little difficult, is it's a lot of references to earlier scripture, very compact. You kind of have to work through the lines. But it's the movement that we're in this chapter is where the author is saying, hey, Christianity is superior, and not in a sense in comparison, but more that it's an outgrowth of the older faith of Judaism. It's superior to the faith of Moses in that we have new revelation. It's an outgrowth. It is our future path. That's the way that the author presents it as superior. And then the part that we get to in chapter 12, that last part where it's talking about God will remove the things that are shaken and only the things that cannot be shaken will remain. That's the life application in the sermon of Hebrew, that chapter that can speak to us today. It can speak to those of us who are encountering something that's a challenge in our path, that's a new school that we're going to, a new classroom that we're entering, a new chapter of life away from home we've been in. If you're into that part. So let us consider when you're in those new environments, or when you're walking the path into something new, let's consider what part of that can be shaken and cannot be shaken. In the language of Hebrews, what we're given is that it's that which is created which can be shaken. That which is created which is not eternal, part of God's kingdom. In a new environment, say in our orientation week going to college, it's easy to understand why someone in that situation may not be comfortable, may not enjoy their present situation, because they're away from the home of their childhood. They're not sure what lay ahead. It's understandable. Why we could feel afraid, it's understandable why we could feel afraid and tempted to give up early on a choice that actually took us a while to make and we felt committed to. Questions can form in our mind earlier. It's understandable why someone might feel that. That walk in the wilderness, a new chapter, someone like that, has so many opportunities, thoughts to enter our mind about strength and the path we have planned. Yet, we learn from this lesson in Hebrews, this life application, that this person who provided this sermon in somewhere around 65 AD, we learn from that the difference between what is shapeable, created things, and what's not. We learn that we can continue on despite discomfort, and we can move through next steps with bold courage in the face of being worried and afraid. And that we can choose to stay on a path or return to it if we find ourselves straying. And how do we know that? Because that sense of being home in an earthly place is actually a created thing. It is a very special feeling for sure, to have a place that is home. Yet it's not a true biblical home. That is with God. And that home can be anywhere, anytime. Home is an earthly place, a town or village or even a building. Home as an earthly place. It's something that can be shaken. But our home with God is unshakable. Homesickness is not of God's kingdom, because in God's kingdom, we are home. It's natural for that to come into our mind. But what God is saying to us in Hebrews is look forward to that which cannot be shaken. The sense of being lonely is likewise a created thing. We must be careful, of course, in discounting the feeling of loneliness. To say that something is a created thing doesn't mean it's not a real feeling. It's certainly real. Yet still a created thing. God sent to us His true Son, Jesus Christ, to demonstrate that His love extends to us in the most intimate way. The resurrected and ascended Christ is our constant companion, walking with us. With us. We're not in loneliness. Think of the famous Footprints in the Sand poem, which is lovely, and I'm going to read it so we can reflect on it again through this lens of what can be shaken and what cannot be shaken as we walk through life. One night I had a dream. I dreamed I was walking along the beach with the Lord, and across the sky flashed scenes from my life. For each scene I noticed two sets of footprints in the sand. One belonged to me, and the other to the Lord. When the last scene of my life flashed before us, I looked back at those footprints in the sand. I noticed that many times along the path of my life, there was only one set of footprints. I also noticed that it happened at the very lowest and saddest times in my life. This really bothered me and I questioned the Lord about it. Lord, you said that once I decided to follow you, you would walk with me all the way. But I have noticed that during the most troublesome times in my life, there's only one set of footprints. I don't understand why in times when I needed you the most, you should leave me. The Lord replied, my precious, precious child, I love you, and I would never leave you during your times of trial and suffering. When you saw only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you. Fear and loneliness are not of God's kingdom. The sensations of them in this, our present age, are real. The struggles and obstacles we face as 21st century people are real. But they are only temporary, only created things. Because of our faith in Christ, we're able to know our God's awesome love and the unshakable nature of God's kingdom. Let us remember as we face our back-to-school rhythms or our new challenges or upcoming new things, let us remember this, that God's Spirit dwells within us, and our everyday gift is direct and intimate access to this living presence of God's kingdom, unshakable. Amen. Please, let's join us together for the prayers of the people, which is responsive in your worship bulletins this morning. From the troubles of the world and of the nation, we come to you, O Lord.
Lord, help us to engage in peace and hope in our lives.
From the strife of city and village, from the politics of deception and fear, we come to you, O Lord.
Lord, help us to share your love and reconciliation for all people.
From the struggles within families and individuals as they strive for healing, we come to you, O Lord.
Lord, help us to listen to your words of love and seek ways of peace.
From illness and alienation, from desperation and loneliness, O Lord, we come to you.
Lord, grant peace and hope. Strengthen us to do your people and love and service to you by serving others.
Lord, we cast all our cares upon you.
Lay our burdens down at your feet.
And any time that we don't know what to do,
We cast all our cares upon you.
let us now pray together in those words that Jesus our Lord taught us himself, saying, Our Father,
who art in heaven,